Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Opening Night Trivia, the movie trivia show that I am legally required to host sometimes. We've got a good one for you. It's a match in our never-ending quest to not only find who is the best in the world. Today, we have a special twist on it. We're also trying to find out who is one of our potential captains heading into our ONTL Trios end-of-year spectacular, which should be fun. With me is a very interested onlooker. The two-time champion, Joe Fairley. Joe, how are you?
I'm doing good, yes. Another step in ONTL's quest to put teams together and then pit them against each other at the end of the year. It's always good fun. We're in an interesting situation now because we have this match. We have Antonio versus Eli coming up. Winner of that will face this. So we know three of our captains. We have, of course, David in the back watching on. We have myself, the former champion. And then we have Tyler, who was chosen by our new champion, Brittany, to be the third captain. So now it's just a matter of deciding who's going to be that fourth captain, who's going to get a chance to pick the rest of their trio and then try and win that and then be pitted against each other in an all-out civil war. We like civil wars here.
We do like civil wars. Have a whole movie about them or two. Also, fun fact, I think somebody in the back got information that they didn't previously know, and I got to see them react to it first time. That was really entertaining. So speaking of entertaining and reacting, let's go to the promos.
Hi, what's up, ONTL? I'm back in Geek. It feels like I show up every now and then periodically. As you can see by the assortment of garbage, I'm in the middle of a very strenuous move and cleanup period in my life. So I am excited to play today, to play Robert. This is the first time I think we're ever playing one-on-one, so this should be interesting, at least on a Geek front. Maybe we've done this before. Listen, my memory's terrible, but it's always fun to play Robert, so I'm excited to do that. Hope I get to be a captain. It'll be fun. Let's play.
Okay, well, I know that we're doing this to find out who the fourth captain is in name and title because the three are unassailable, but I want to take this time to speak about something. I don't know if everybody here is aware of it. I just saw a preview for a movie called Lyle, Lyle, Crocodile. Do you people know about this? This is like weird sentient alligators or whatever, crocodiles in this case, come up through the New York sewers, it seems like, and then just start being pets for people in New York. Javier Bardem's in it. Constance Wu's in it. Brett Gelman from Stranger Things. And then Shawn Mendes is the voice of the crocodile because we want to make sure that the crocodile can sing. I saw this. I just felt like we had to do a PSA on it. We did, and then we're doing this match. Koho and I did play in a number one contender match in Geek. But that's not important. Lyle, Lyle, Crocodile. I don't know what we got to do to maybe kill this movie, but please, everyone out there, do your best to do so.
So fun fact about Lyle, Lyle, Crocodile. It is the movie that retired me from ONTL singles. I gave my 2 weeks. So when that movie is released, I am retired from ONTL singles because I can't imagine wanting or needing to see that movie ever. I can't have that come up in deep cuts ever. So we've got the inimitable Bobby C, the former title challenger, against Kaleb Koho, who is now red. Joe, any thoughts?
Exactly. And just for Castner's benefit, I think might be prudent to explain the difference between an alligator and a crocodile.
Could come up.
One will see you later, and one will see you in a while.
That's true. All right, well, I suppose that there is nothing holding us back from getting this match underway. So why don't we bring them all in? Robert, welcome. Koho, welcome. Let's do the old switcheroo. And let's get things started with round number one. Y'all done this before. In round number one, we have 10 questions, 10 different categories of what we have determined to be geek. Each question for the point. You have around 15 seconds of the time it takes to finish a joke or just like meander at each other for like a minute. 15 seconds to write down your best up-down answer. Then we'll call on you by name to reveal your answer and say it aloud. Each question is worth a point. If you get all 10 questions, you will have earned a perfect round, a bonus question, and exactly one, count them, one dab. Very rare these days. You have 3 repeats as well as a challenge going for the entirety of this game. And just checking to see that this document is complete. It is. So your first question will be given to you by the two-time champion. Joe, I believe this is in your speciality.
Yeah, no, the document is complete. I tested it about 20 minutes ago. Now, so your first question is going to come in the category of Star Wars. And your question, in Rogue One, Who gives the order to fire the Death Star on Scarif?
Unironically, we were talking about the crocodile movie. I cannot sing. It is one of the talents that I do not have. If I tried, you would all disown me. It would be a genuine tragedy. I know I have this lovely voice, but this is the best that I can do.
I don't
Best I can
believe
do
it.
is sing
I believe
Bond
it.
titles when I answer a question in fandom.
It's my mom's fault. It really is. 5, 4, 3,
He is hard of hearing.
1. Pens down. That's true. And seeing. We will start with Robert.
She is. Make sure you sing loud, Grand Moff Tarkin.
And we will go to Koho.
Tarkin.
Grand Moff Tarkin is correct. So is Tarkin. Your second question will come from the category of the Marvel Cinematic Universe MCU. Who plays Gilgamesh in Eternals? It is part of the curse of knowing both competitors fairly well that I know that one of them is struggling a bit harder than the other.
Yeah, this is one that I think I need to revisit this again. I have watched it twice now, and
That was way
It's
more
still
than enough for me.
fine.
4,
Still think it should have been split into two.
2,
Origins,
1.
then the Battle in the Future.
Pens are down. We will start with Koho.
I know this is wrong. Ryan Tyree Henry.
And we will go to Robert.
I don't remember his actual name, but Don Lee.
I think we can accept Don Lee, right? Can we? Yes.
I just have what's in the doc.
I knew the name was like a hard name.
Yeah,
Oh God, Madan Seok, otherwise known as Don Lee,
Okay.
abroad. We can accept both. Yes.
That's fine.
So Robert will get a point, and he continues his quest toward the perfect round, or otherwise the
Yeah.
No points for guessing which one I missed in the doc. We're going to move on though to your third question, which we're moving from the world of Marvel into the world of DC. In The Batman, how is Falcone killed? Every time now we're getting a death question.
Yeah, it's weird.
Morbid.
It's interesting because I was wondering which side you were going to choose on the Falcone situation, because I don't remember which one is right for this question, and I didn't want to read that one, so I gave you this set.
That's fair. Is it bad that I can't even remember which one I said now?
Yeah, you probably were right, knowing you.
4,
But that's
3, 2, 1. Pens down, so we go back to Robert
Shot by Riddler.
and Koho.
Shot by Riddler.
Both correct. Koho using the fandom technique of keeping it as simple as possible.
It's absolutely what I would do. Your next question will come from the category of Middle Earth. In The Fellowship of the Ring, who mocks Gimli about breathing too hard when they enter the Lothlorien forest?
This is one of my favorites, this movie.
Yes, it is. I believe it is in my favorites as well. The way that everything happens is just...
I was speaking about the extended editions recently, especially going to like Return of the King and how a 4-hour movie can go by that quick.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. Only ever choose the extended edition. 5, 4,
But not for
3,
this division.
2, 1. Well, pens are down, and we will go to Koho.
Is it Galadriel?
And we will go to Robert.
Haldir.
Hold it.
Haldir is correct. 2-point lead.
Moving on to another one of my favorites. It's The Wizarding World. Which Wizarding World movie features a character posing as their sibling with Polyjuice Potion? This may be the magical sort of object that maybe gets asked about more than anything else.
I think it's the one that I would probably use more than anyone else. Because, like, I can walk over there and, like, pick stuff up, but to become a different person. It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Pete.
1. That is
Oh.
Robert's first repeat.
Robert's first repeat. Your question once again in the Wizarding World. Which Wizarding World movie features a character posing as their sibling with Polyjuice Potion? You could destroy some records in these leagues. Just posing as someone else.
That's absolutely what I would do.
I know exactly who I would use first.
What won Best Picture in 1946? La La Crocodile, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it will. It's the best movie of the year. I will fight everyone.
Well,
This is going to be the greatest cinematic experience of the year.
I can't
I'm gonna
deny
stop
what
that.
Koho's saying.
4,
I could
Three,
just honor
2,
my opinion.
1. Pens are down. We will start with Koho.
Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald.
And we'll go to Robert.
I said Fantastic Beasts, Crimes of Grindelwald.
He looks up both.
Would be correct.
All right. Your next question will come from the category of the DCEU. In Aquaman, on the statue of what king do Arthur and Mira put the bottle to see the way to the trident? It is.
Another one I watched recently.
It is insane how quickly the Top Gun alliance has fallen in the wake of Lyle Crocodile.
No. Let's be clear. Top Gun Maverick, actually the greatest movie of the year. Lyle Crocodile, the greatest cinematic experience.
I am still fighting. It's
No.
still fighting with everything everywhere all at
No.
once. Maverick.
In the chat, right here, Koho, aka Best Picture 2022.
That's a question mark.
No.
There's a question mark in that sentence. Just
And an exclamation point. 5.
Yeah.
4.
It's an
exclamatic.
yeah, it's exactly. It's an exclamation.
Pens are down. Pens down. Robert
Called an Interrobang.
Romulus.
and Koho.
I said that then.
Romulus is correct.
Just for anyone who's interested, there is a punctuation mark that looks kind of like that. It's an exclamation point with the question through. It's called an Interrobang.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
It's not all trivia. Some was just
I
information.
watch far too much QI. That's my problem. We will move on now to your next question, which is going to come in the category of Marvel. In Venom, what type of food does Eddie take from the garbage to eat after he first gets infected? Where do you sit on the Venom scale?
The right end, probably. I think that movie exists is probably a strong word for it.
I have a theory.
Legally, it is.
If you're on board with the lobster tank scene, then that's it.
For example,
If you're on board with that,
I
you're
saw
on
it
board with the movie.
recently and I almost fell asleep.
5, 4, 3, 2,
It's not an
One.
inappropriate reaction.
pens down, and we'll go to Robert
It's a chicken.
and Koho.
Chicken?
And you'd both be correct.
A weird thing about like if it was raw beef for a second.
All right. I don't know, man. The movie's weird.
Your next question will come from the category of our mixed bag.
Yay.
Which mixed bag movie was directed by David Yarovesky? And I will say the song from Venom is better than the song from Let There Be Carnage.
I
Just-
can agree with you.
I will stand right here
Yeah.
because it is easier to sing if you have a horrible, horrible voice like I do.
I knew I should have just looked
I
at
can agree with you on that.
We
Yeah,
are brilliant instrumentalists in my family. We cannot sing. Probably. You don't know us. I could be lying. In fact, statistically, 5, 4,
He's lying. It's angelic.
2.
I believe it would be. I don't buy this shit.
Pens are down. Koho.
I said 30 Days of Night.
Robert.
Brightburn.
Brightburn
Oh,
is correct.
Oh, that
Holy-
is who directed that
holy
movie,
fuck.
isn't it? I like that movie a lot too. That's embarrassing.
That was a fucking guess.
Going to what is now potentially the penultimate question, which is in the category of Star Trek. In which Star Trek movie does the captain of the Enterprise break his own collection of starship figures? You have a collection of anything?
I have a collection of films. I mean,
Yeah.
they're just they're everywhere. I keep buying them and then not watching them. I have a 2-pack of Fargo and Raising Arizona that is just right there by my bed, and it's been there for 6 months. It's not moved.
Not that it's alike, but my wife bought me Kingdom Hearts 3 like a year and a half ago, and I never opened it.
That's not well. Are you a fan of that series?
Yeah, I am too. I'm just old, and I feel like a big time thing. And
5.
I just don't want to come.
A friend bought me Casino about 5 years ago. I watched it this year.
Answer down. Robert.
First Contact.
And Koho.
First Contact.
First Contact is correct. So we are at the final question of the round for at least one of the competitors. If Robert hits this, he will have earned the perfect round, a bonus question, and a dab. And if Koho gets it right, he'll get a point. Cool. Your potentially final question will come from the category of quotes.
Great.
In which sci-fi killers movie can you find the following exchange? Hey, how are your balls? Just fine. How are yours?
You know what I'm going to ask you, don't you?
I think this is a tricky enough question that we don't have to do the thing.
How are your balls?
One's doing better than the other one, is all I will say. It's hot.
I mean, the only proper exchange for this question between the two hosts was written in the question. I mean, but it couldn't be anything else.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Repeats. Pens are down. For no obvious reason, we will start with Koho.
Alien Resurrection.
And Robert.
I said The Predator.
Both are incorrect. We were looking for Predator 2. Predator 2.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sure.
All right. So there will be no perfect rounds. The score at the end of round number 1, as I have it, is 9-5.
What a way to make a living.
Dolly Parton is correct. God damn it, Koho, you beat me to it.
Sorry, it's a habit. I can't turn it off. Just cover through.
And we will go to round number 2. In round number 2, we have 3 categories. Each competitor will take one category, answer 5 questions, each worth 2 points. If they're not confident in what they want their answer to be, they can go down to multiple choice. It will, of course, diminish the point value to or by 1. 2 or by 1 would have worked there. I don't know why I hesitated. Robert has used 1 repeat. Koho still has all 3. Today's categories, as randomized, are the Marvel Cinematic Universe MCU, quotes, and Star Trek. Robert, you have the lead. You have control of the board. Would you like to answer your questions first or second? And would you like to choose your category first or second?
I will answer second. I will choose my category first, and I will go against all the logic in my head, and I'm going to take MCU.
Reasonable. All right, MCU is off of the board. Koho, you will be answering questions first.
Star Trek, please.
All right.
Quotes will go to round number 3.
What a surprise.
All right. I feel like you like the MCU more than I do, Joe. So why don't you go ahead and read Robert his questions later? So I'll take Star Trek now.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the Star Treks. Not more than you, but I just hate the MCU. Famously, I hate the MCU. So go if you're ready for your Star Trek questions.
Yeah, why not?
All right. In what Star Trek movie does the Enterprise go on a short trip without medical staff or photon torpedoes? An answer or repeat in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Repeat the question.
1. All right, that is your first repeat. Once again, in what Star Trek movie does the Enterprise go on a short trip without medical staff or photon torpedoes?
Star Trek Generations.
That is correct for 2 points.
Well, good use of the repeat there.
Yep, absolutely. Second question. In Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country, who stuns the sniper that was about to kill Asset Bohr in the peace conference?
Multiple choice.
All right, multiple choice. Is it A, Sulu, B, Scotty, C, Uhura, or D, Chekhov?
Uhura.
Uhura is incorrect. So we'll go to Robert for a 1 point steal. Is it A, Sulu, B, Scotty, C, Uhura, or D, Chekhov?
Scotty.
That is correct for a 1 point steal. All right, your third question. How specifically does Captain Terrell of the Reliant die in Wrath of Khan?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know how much more specific you can get than that. He shoots himself with a baseball.
Okay, we'll set that for 2 points. Your fourth question. In Star Trek Beyond, when the whole crew is doing the final narration at the end of the movie, who starts it?
Of course. I've gone over this like in the last week too.
Right, and answer or repeat in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Multiple choice.
1. All right, multiple choice. Is it A, Bones, B, Chekhov, C, Spock, or D, Kirk?
Spock.
That is incorrect. So for another possible 1 point steal, we go to Robert. Is it A, Bones, B, Chekhov, C, Spock, or D, Kirk?
I'm going to say Kirk.
And that is correct for a 1 point steal.
It was one of the
I was gonna say that too. I did Into Darkness. I was like, they didn't do it twice.
And your final question. How many people have composed exactly 2 Star Trek movies?
2 Star Trek movies. Just 2? Exactly 2, I guess means just
Exactly 2.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Exactly 2.
All right, we need to go in 5, 4, 3, 2,
1.
1. That is correct for 2 points. All right.
And a tie
Bring your
game.
total to 11. Robert was at 9, but with 2 points in steals, he brings his total to 11 as well.
These scores, they go all the way up to 11.
That's what they say.
Moving on now to Robert's round 2 in the MCU. Robert, are you ready for your questions in MCU?
Sure.
Your first question. Brian Tyler has composing credits on how many MCU movies?
Three.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. Which MCU movie features the main character being mugged by multiple people in an alley?
Multiple choice.
No problem. Your multiple choice options are: is it A, Ant-Man, B, Doctor Strange, C, Captain America, the First Avenger, or D, Spider-Man Homecoming?
Doctor Strange.
For 1 point. Your third question. In Spider-Man No Way Home, where does Tobey Maguire's Peter say he goes... where does Tobey Maguire's Peter say he goes to get away from it all?
Chrysler Building.
For 2 points. And... your fourth question in MCU. In Iron Man, after being visited by the leader of the Ten Rings, and he threatens to kill Yinsen, how long does the leader of the Ten Rings give Tony to build the Jericho missile?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are: is it A, 1 day, B, 2 days, C, 3 days, or D, 4 days?
Can I get a repeat of the options, please?
Absolutely. Your options once again are: is it A, 1 day, B, 2 days, C, 3 days, or D, 4 days?
1 day?
For 1 point.
Okay.
And your final question in the MCU. Gary Shandling appears in how many MCU movies?
2.
For 2 points.
Yep.
So at the end of that round, I have the scores at 19-11.
Yep. Those deals potentially very key as we get into round number 3. In round number 3, we have a 2, a 3, and a 5 to for each player to potentially determine who is going to win this match. Each player will take a set, and we will answer until we're either out of questions or someone is mathematically eliminated. Robert, you have control of the board. All of your questions will be coming from the category of quotes. Would you like set 1 or set 2?
It's always the hardest question. It's always the question that gives me the most problems. And there's a real answer, you can't pick more than one, there are 2 questions. 2, I guess.
2 it is. All right.
So, Koho, as Alex gave you your questions in round 2, I will administer your questions in round 3. Bear in mind, you still have 2 repeats and a challenge remaining. Are you ready for your questions in quotes?
Yes, sir.
All right, from set 1, your first question for 2 points. Which MCU actor said the quote, "She was there because of you. I may have struck the blow, but you killed her"?
Willem Dafoe.
That is correct for 2 points. Your 3-point question. In which Wizarding World movie will you hear the quote, "If we die for them, Harry, I'm gonna kill you"? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
That's Koho's second repeat. Question once again. In which Wizarding World movie will you hear the quote, "If we die for them, Harry, I'm going to kill you"?
Oh. Oh, shit. And thus becomes the problem. When did this happen?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Deathly Hallows Part 2.
For 3 points.
All right. Needs to still hit the 5-pointer to send it back to Robert.
Go, your 5-point question. Finish this quote from Samwise Gamgee in The Two Towers.
Well, this is over. All right.
That there's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo. and it's blank. And we are looking for 3 words.
You know what's fucking funny? I have gotten this question at least 4 times in the last 6 years. And I got this wrong at this point value when I played Henry Sanchez.
4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
1. Your final repeat. Finish this quote from Samwise Gamgee in The Two Towers. That there's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo. And it's blank. 3 words.
All right. I almost feel like I answered it this way too, and I got it wrong. And at this point, it's just this is gonna be the thing that kills me. So I'll just go for it anyway.
5, 4. 3,
Worth fighting for.
2.
For 5 big points.
Yeah, baby. There it is.
All right, that brings his total to 21.
1.
So
21 to 19.
21-19.
Too off of a good
2
start.
off.
Well, here's
That
Here's the-
movie is not eligible. Here's
what's gonna happen. If Robert hits his 2, he will have tied the game and at least forced sudden death. He will then have the opportunity to win on his 3 or his 5. But we will get there when we get there. Robert, if you're ready for your questions in quotes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So for 2 points in a tie game, with 2 repeats, by the way,
Mhm.
which DC actor said the line, "I'll be standing where I belong, between you and the people of Gotham"?
Christian Bale.
That is correct for 2 points. So, with 2 repeats on the board, Robert can win by either hitting his 3 or his 5-point question for the win. What Marvel mutant said the line, "This whole time we have been trying to protect these kids from the world, when really what we should have been protecting them from you." This whole time we've been protecting these kids from the world, when really we should have been protecting them from you.
Can I'll take a repeat now because I want to make sure. I heard
Yeah.
it.
What Marvel mutant said the line, "This whole time we have been trying to protect these kids from the world, when really we should have been protecting them from you"?
Beast.
And your winner, Robert Castner. The correct answer was Beast Hank McCoy. Strong match by both competitors. As we get into the post matches, we're gonna get Robert out of here. Hey, buddy, I can do this part. Koho, how are you?
I'm doing okay. This match was over in round 1. When I didn't have a round 1 like I normally could do, that was basically it. Robert played a great game, and at that point it was just like I gave up a couple crucial steals in round 2, did not play a good round 1. I feel good about running all 10 possible points in quotes in round 3. That feels really good. I've been working on that, so I'm making sure that that's not. It's a weakness for everyone, but I was like, I want to make it a thing where it's not a weakness, like a detrimental weakness for me. So I was glad that I put my money where my mouth is, where my studying was, and it paid off at least enough to make him answer questions. So that feels good. Robert's a great player. He played that match fantastically. So yeah, just wasn't good enough today. So let's do it.
Yeah, it'll happen. Robert is one of the best in the world. Joe, go ahead.
Oh, this is, of course, not the end for you in ONTL Geek this year, because we still have things going on tournament-wise, but also, potentially, there are 8 spots in this Trios tournament up for grabs for players who will not be captains. Is there anything you'd like to say to the captains out there about why maybe you should be chosen, apart from the fact that you just got 10 points in quotes?
Do you want to win? Then pick me. I think the one thing that I bring to Geek everywhere at this point is I'm one of the oldest veterans around. I think I know the game pretty well inside and out. I think I understand everyone as players pretty well inside and out. how they think and what they like to pick and what they're good at, what they're weaker at. So you want expertise and you want someone who can go 10 for 10 in quotes. This redheaded fuck right here is waiting to get the call from any of you. So
That's a hell of an ad.
Reasonable. All right. Well, more to come. Like we said, Rent still in the running over at Geek Teams.
we're winning the belt. Jake
that
Argoni and I
word-
are winning the belt at this point. It's
that wordy division. And
Still
we're gonna
have
get you
that
out of here
belt.
before it gets awkward. David, do the thing. David, get him out of here. David, get him out of here. I know I said I could do this part, but now I'm nervous. And we're gonna bring in today's winner, advancing in our little mini whatever. Potential new captain Robert Castner. Tough out. Had to go to the 3. All 10 points. Gamble leaving quotes out there for round 3, but it all worked out. You know, everything is fine. You didn't sound super confident at the start of the round, but it'll happen.
Yeah, I mean, and the other thing is, not only did you win it on the 3, you won it on a quotes question from Dark Phoenix. That's impressive.
Yeah, yeet.
Yeah. A couple things about this match. So I'm 7-2, and by the way, if you look at my singles career in ONTL, singles and Geek, I'm what am I now? 14-4.
Yep.
And the only time I've lost is in title matches, which is the weirdest fucking thing ever. So that's like, if things ended today, that would be my legacy, and I'd be cool with it. I've been playing pretty well in ONTL Geek lately, as could seen in the Bulbasaur Boys match and this one and the other ones. But it's crazy because I really wanted the perfect round. I feel bad I missed that one, but that's the only question I missed today. So I guess that's good. When you started reading, it's funny because I blanked when in his 2-pointer and he said Willem Dafoe. I was like, oh yeah, that's what it is. But then the 3-pointer happened and I was like, oh fuck, I know this. And in my head, I was like, well, I just need to hit one of these. And if it was the 3, fuck, what if my 3 sucks? And I would have known that one and I picked the wrong one. I have those inside me. But then I got the 2. I was like, okay, pressure's off, so we go to overtime, whatever. And then, Alex, I knew the quote you were doing, but I had the repeat because I needed to make sure you said mutant and not actor.
Yeah,
that would have been a real fucking kick in the pants.
It's a common thing that happens with quotes questions. Did they say character, actor, movie? Which?
That's why I was happy to have 2 repeats. But I mean, I gotta say, if I end up being a captain, Koho is definitely on the list because holy fuck, I was not confident because I felt pretty confident that one of these quote questions would trip him up. Last time we played, we had quotes in round 3 and he missed the 5-pointer. And I was like, okay, I didn't know he had gotten the same quote like 5 times in the course of his Geek career.
Been around as long as Koho, there's going to be a few repeats.
It's true.
It's going to happen.
So I would totally, obviously, put him on the list because he's incredible and he made me work for it in a match. Again, I missed one fucking question and he made me work so really, really hard. So even in one where he'd think he didn't play very well, he played fantastic, and I had to play better than that to beat him.
So that now puts you in a position where you are now 1 match away from having a captaincy. It's Antonio versus Eli. It's someone that you upgrades with, or one of the current team champions.
Yeah. So I played Antonio. I've played him a lot. We play together, but I've played him a lot in Geek stuff. And I played him the first time on the road to get to Koho in the contender match to get to play you in the first iteration of me getting there. So I know how, and that went down the wire, I think 5-pointer. So I know how tough that will be. I think in the Winter Soldiers Dummies match, I feel bad because we got the MCU questions and I fucked them up and Jake had faith in me and I screwed it up. So part of me would like to play Eli for the purpose of trying to get a little bit of revenge on that, because I think, not that you guys aren't worthy champions, obviously you are. I'm just saying that I felt like had I played to the level I was playing today, then it might have been a different story. Maybe you guys go to the 5, but at least it's a little bit tougher. So either way, I think either match will be tough, but I obviously would like to play Antonio. I think it would be great if one of us got a chance to be a captain.
Absolutely. Well, at least start keeping an eye out on some players. We're getting close now. Thank you very much, Robert. And once again, very well played. Congratulations on your win and good luck in your next match.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, everybody here and in the back as well.
Well, another one in the books. Yep. one of the potential new captains. This drill thing is going to be wild. Like we've been
It's gonna be interesting.
we've been trying to break it down.
The captains now have to start making those thoughts. It's like not only is who do I want to put into this team to get to this contender match, but also who do I feel comfortable playing against once we're putting that 3-way match.
Yeah, it's really, you're starting to see who like the sociable players are. You're starting to see you're starting to think about who's excellent in what categories and what categories you expect to show up in round number 2 and potentially round number 3. So this is going to be a really wild, weird mini tournament. I'm excited about it. It's going to be awesome. I love making things for ONTL. Last year we had the teams thing, and now we're doing trios. This is going to be even more chaotic. Schedule's going to be a nightmare, though. But that's a story for another time, as the Stars of Wars have said. So for everybody here at Opening Night Trivia, always remember to Star Trek reference. You like that?
I did. It is good.